To the vote again, whatnot. Oh, I can't switch it like my other one. So this new moon in Cancer. Um, Let me arrange something real quick. Yeah, that'll work. So new moon in Cancer, July. Today is Friday, so this is July 24th. New moon in Cancer in the star Pusha. Salutations to Lord Ganesha, who has curved trunk, large body, who has curved trunk, who has a large body, and whose splendor is similar to a million suns, his radiance. Oh Lord, please make my undertakings free of obstacles by extending your blessings and all my work always. So this is a chart for new moon in Cancer. Moon is in our own sign. It's a dark moon, so we're looking inward, reflecting, introspecting on things. We planting a seed. Right, new moons generally show us what is being planted and the themes that'll occur for the month ahead, or at least the next 15 2.5, I'm adding 2 weeks, right? So the moon rules mind, emotions, contentment, right, peace. And when the moon is null or dark, it invites us to look inward and reflect. So the new moon is in the watery sign of Cancer. So Cancer is movable, means it initiates, it creates a spark, and it is water. So the next 2 weeks is thought to be very emotionally changeable, really. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna be very emotional, kind of sensitive. It's gonna be very deep. Cancer is the natural fourth house, and that house is deeper than the eighth house is. It's not as dark, but it's very deep. It goes deep. These are roots. Cancer shows one's roots. So Cancer is sensitive and emotional. It is the field of security and cohesion. Cohesion being the ability to form bonds and attach to things. Right? Movable water signs, they initiate through devotion, care, sensitivity, right? So planets in Cancer then seek security and support. They want to be devoted. They're going to be devoted to something, or they look for devotion themselves. Planets in Cancer can also be overwhelmed by the emotions. Cancer is the ocean. It's a big body, huge body of water. So water is soft, dull, gentle, you dig what I'm saying, healing as an element. And it is linked with our ancestral lineage. Cancer is the natural fourth house of ancestry and the womb, the waters from which we all come from. When a soul comes into this plane, it's going to come through Cancer, the womb. You dig what I'm saying? A very deep, dark, no bad. And then here's another thing about the womb. It's mama's baby, but it's daddy's maybe. So it's some mystery there. There's some things that you might not see there. You feel me? So this moon is Adi Amavasya, a day where in South India, where it kind of marks the time where the veil between the living and those that have departed becomes thin. So like our ancestors descend down to, receive our offerings and then in turn bless us, right? So it's very favorable for ancestral rites, things that help to create a cohesion between the living and the dead, us here on earth and our loved ones and well-wishers beyond. So when we propitiate our ancestors, we help them get closer to salvation, and they in turn can bless our living family members until we meet again. Sometimes our loved ones can find themselves stuck or confused in a state of limbo during their transition, and our offerings act as a means of providing clarity, support, you know what I'm saying, and blessings, just to help guide. We all want to reciprocate that to each other. So just imagine putting a lamp in a dark place. That lamp for you might not brighten up your room, but it does brighten up the areas away from it. So you feel me? That's what an offering is. That's why oftentimes you offer a lamp, an oil lamp. So this is the effect we seek to have reciprocated between the living and the dead. This part of the summer is very spiritual for us, right? So Adi Amavasya in southern India, Tamil, it marks the beginning of Dakshinayana, which is the sun's southward journey. This reflects powerful time for spiritual practices and more introspective things, more calm, more peaceful, peace bringing things. Very potent. So the significance. We said this ancestral spirits descend down from their world to bless their descendants. So we offer our prayers and austerities during this time. Now, according to the Mahabharata scripture, every soul carries 3 debts: one to God, one to the sages, and one to the ancestors. So this day helps us to fulfill that debt. And when we are free from our debts, we achieve enlightenment and salvation. So through dedication and shraddha is dedication, we can create intimacy and a connection with our well-wishers and express reverence for those that have come before. You feel me? The foremost well-wisher is the supreme self. You know what I'm saying? So rituals to do. Tarpanam is an offering of a mix of water, sesame seeds, and rice or rice flour to your ancestors while reciting prayers and chanting mantras, calling out their names. You dig what I'm saying? Holy bath, take a dip in a sacred river or body of water if it's one near you. Donate food or clothes or essentials to the priests or the needy. Feed animals, cows, crows, dogs. You see a dog or a crow or cow or whatever eat, whatever your offering is, that's a symbol for them reaching your people. And then go to visit temples or reflect on Shiva. You know what I'm saying? Pour water on the lingam. So the star is Pushya. Pushya is the nourishing star. It reflects devotional service and support of others. The symbol is an udder. It shows the ability to nourish, unconditional giving, being that like cows provide milk for their calves, but they will provide milk for calves that are not their own. They provide milk for babes that are not their own. Growing up, we probably had cereal and milk. You know what I'm saying? And Dharma, cows represent righteousness because they are so giving, right? They reflect that unconditional love that a mother or motherly figure has, right? So the deity is Brihaspati, which is Jupiter. Brihaspati is Lord of vastness, Lord of expansion. He expands whatever he touches; those things grow. This is why this is an auspicious star. It represents wisdom, sacred speech, things like prayer and mantra. Dharma, which is righteousness and duty and knowledge of rituals. So Brihat means vast or immense, and Pati is a name for the Lord or Father, the Lord of something. So Brihaspati is Lord of vastness, Lord of wisdom. He emphasizes teaching, counsel, spiritual sustenance, and nourishment. So he expands the consciousness, one's ethics, morals, and karmic blessings. So we invoke Brihaspati for our mantras and siddhis, learning, ancestral dharma, like the duty of your family. And then it's also associated with like karmic entanglements, emotional betrayal, karmic lineage. You dig what I'm saying? It's just things go on. The Shakti for Pushya is Brahma Varchasva. Shakti is the power to reflect divine wisdom or divine qualities, the power to harness spiritual brilliance from knowledge and wisdom. And it's like the aura that arises in a person when they are aligned with their purpose and duty in life, right? And just righteousness. So Brahma refers to vast cosmic intelligence. Varchas refers to a spiritual glow or aura, an inner conviction. And it reflects righteousness, not just learned or superficial, but understanding that is without ego and projection. Right now, you feel me? Moon in Cancer, or planets in Cancer will project. their insecurities, or if they don't feel secure, they'll project. This is about getting rid of that insecurity, right? So the integrity of one who speaks with truth and compassion, the basis, worship and worshipers. The desire is to possess the glow or the radiance that comes with wisdom. And the result is the creation of spiritual energy, which manifests in how you conduct yourself, the rituals that you partake in, the routine that you create. You dig what I'm saying? So keywords: nourishment, devotion, duty, devotional service, emotional maturity, caregiving, wisdom through betrayal, right? And radiance of sacred knowledge. So this final part, not the final, but this second part, new moon in Cancer or Pushya through the houses. So new moon in Cancer is going to show, new moon in Cancer is the intention to initiate through devotion. New moon in Pushya plants the seed where you can reflect divine qualities. You can nourish and be nourished. So wherever Cancer sits in our charts is where we devote ourselves, or where and what we devote ourselves to this month. So in this table is the sign, and then where the devotion is sparked, where nourishment is expressed. So starting with Aries this month, devote yourself to what makes you happy. It's in your 4th house. Devote yourself to what makes you happy, to finding sanctuary, finding emotional and ancestral support from your family, finding grace for the deep emotions that you may feel, right? The emotional currents that's going on. Take care of your roots. Taurus, you may be devoted to your siblings this month, right? Or devoted to learning and communication, devoted to learning spiritual knowledge, or travel and talking, right? Just your efforts. You're devoted to whatever your self-efforts is going towards. Gemini, you're devoted to your family and your finances this month. You might find that you're going to be in charge of the resources this month. You might be a steward, like money kind of may flow to you, like money's just trusting you, the energy of money in the universe, trusting you to distribute it and do what you gotta do. You feel me? Yeah, that's really simple. Cancer, this month you're gonna be devoted to yourself and your approach to life, building confidence, growing your health and vitality. You feel me? You are growing. So you're creating a bright and wise personality. So you need to embody noble qualities. Don't fake it till you make it, but just tap into like really who you are. So Leo, nourishment comes from solitude, rest, and meditation. You may need to take a break, and you should devote yourself to letting go and letting God. You feel me? Or just, devote yourself to your spiritual practice, right? Virgo, you're going to be devoted to the collective, the community, your friends, allies, associates, just, people that you enjoy, right? You need to nourish your visions and dreams. So now is the time to kind of take care and whatever ideas that you got, work on those this month, right? Your friends and your community, they offer peace and security. So go spend time. Everybody need to spend time with family right now. I'm not going to cap. It's just no more than Cancer. Just say spend time with family, give your mother a call, all of that business, right? Libra, devoted to your career, your legacy, your aims in life, what you want to achieve. So your reputation may grow into radiance. You might get a radiant reputation, nourishment in the livelihood, right? Scorpio, you will be devoted to your personal truth, your duty in life, God, your father perhaps. Expansion, nourishment are associated with deep, good understanding, the father or the father's lineage, like the father's side of the family. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. We're almost done. Sagittarius, this month you're going to be devoted to occult study, transformation, emotional and psychological depth. So you may be, I got Sag Moon, I ain't gonna cap, I be having flashbacks of things and I'm having to just surrender it. Like, it ain't even. It's just let it go for right now, but you know it's there. So, mood swings. You may have mood swings, but you're gonna come out of this transformed. A lot of these things that's going on, you having a period of alchemy right now, Sagittarius. So nourishment from unexpected sources. Things just out the blue. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my gosh. No bad. I got like a couple. I was surprised with something, and it was awesome. Capricorn, you'll be devoted to your partner, your spouse, your business arrangements, maybe even travel. Your relationships may become more spiritual. They grow in some way. Nourishment from partnerships and travel. Right? Aquarius, this month is about devotional service. So you're going to be devoted to being helpful to your relatives and other people. You feel me? You're going to be looking for help too. You're going to be looking for people that are devoted in their service. You feel me? Whatever it is, you may find allies this month. So righteous in daily matters and routines. You'll get nourishment. Through things like discipline, health, exercise. You feel me? Like whatever, just physical kind of activity, right? Especially around health. It'll really nourish you. It'll make you feel better. As an Aquarius sun, I went to a spot to do tarponums, but to get there I had to take my little board. I ain't want to walk, and it was real cathartic, but I was so exhausted after it. It made me realize, hey look, if I'm gonna actually grow, I'm gonna have to exercise, get in the gym and all of that there. Pisces, you will be devoted to your children, to creativity, to entertainment. You're going to find nourishment through fun and pleasure and romance. You feel me? So, just express yourself without ego involved, right? So that's for all the signs. The tarot card is the Two of Cups. It's Venus in Cancer. So this is an emotional, sensitive, cohesive kind of love. It's a little bit trouble because it could be a little bit insecure. You dig what I'm saying? A bit moody and stuff like that. But otherwise, very harmonious. You dig what I'm saying? Very harmonious and usually smooth. So people being stronger together, mutual respects, compatibility, acceptance of one another's qualities. So you feel me? Like, oh my gosh, what's your deep emotions? What do you feel strong about? Like, what do you hold that's very private to you? Okay, I appreciate that. Or I just might appreciate your privacy. I'm not even going to bother to, you feel me? The two people on this card, they sharing cups. So it's like, I got something in my cup if you want to try it, but you just really got to try it. I'll try yours. So you feel me? There's some mutuality and some respect and an appreciation, and it's like a desire. It's Venus's desire, so it's a desire to connect emotionally, the desire to initiate devotion to one another. You dig what I'm saying? The Sabian symbol then is rabbit, a group of rabbits dressed in human clothes and walking in a parade. So this is about finding a guide. We model ourselves on a guide. Jupiter is the guru, preceptor of the devas. By copying the master's attitudes, beliefs, and gestures and words, we gain mastery ourselves. You feel me? If you live like Jesus, if you live like the Christ, you're gonna be Christ-like. You understand what I'm saying? Christ said you can do what he do and even greater. You understand what I'm saying? But we gotta be able to copy and emulate and reflect the divine qualities that we see from God, the sages, or our ancestors. Somebody in your family was a real nigga. Somebody in your family was a real woman. If you sit up there and you model yourselves after that person, not to be them, but understand that their blood travels in you and stuff like that, then yeah, without a doubt, you'll find mastery over yourself. It's already been done before. You're trying to reinvent the wheel, but it's not necessary. You understand what I'm saying? If I find out, okay, great grandmother had Moon and Chitra. Chitra is very skilled with either weapons or tools. Her daughter has Moon and Hasta. She's skilled with her hands. Did a little bit of renovation on her home. I have Ascendant in Chitra. You dig what I'm saying? You see the pattern from ancestry and stuff like that. Well, my dad, he's skilled with his hands. He's not a Chitrer or Hosta. He's Uttara Falguni. You feel me? But it's still Virgo. So he has technical ability where everybody got a certain amount of technical abilities and stuff like that. You know, and then you find those things out. Yeah, so the time-honored processes for us to learn and develop is to imitate and establish master of a craft in as much detail as possible. This method requires no wisdom or philosophy. We simply copy exactly all the physical processes of the craft and allow our own understandings to emerge as the skills take hold. This is what they was talking about in class when it was like, this is why I prefer to have an in-person class when I'm learning, because sometimes you don't actually have to be so focused on getting all the details of what this is and what that is. If you have a good enough teacher, the resonance, you feel me, everybody is vibrating at a particular frequency, but if you can attune yourself to their frequency, you grasp the information way better. That's why it's like passed down from lip to ear, because it's a sound, it's a vibration that's occurring. Can you catch this vibration? You understand what I'm saying? It only go in one ear and out the other because you're not vibrating the right way. They don't cancel each other out. One just slips either under or over the other one. But when they vibrating at the same wavelength or frequency, once them sounds hit each other, they make an even greater sound. You dig what I'm saying? But it's not out of rhythm. So it's not dissonance. It's harmonious. You dig what I'm saying? So I think I can.